Yo, yo, yo. Finally getting some time to check out the sidechain on the SP404 Mark II, and probably going to mess around with driving some other instruments in and just getting a feel for a few things, and I don't know, maybe see about taking like a track I was working on the MPC Sample and push it into the SP404 Mark II, see what we can do with it from there, or someplace else. I don't know. Anyway, just clicking a few buttons to get things going, and we'll start messing around. But I'm hearing good things about the sidechain, so definitely interested to check it out. And I actually like the implementation in a lot of ways. It's better than what I expected because we're not losing an FX channel or two per se, although you might, depending on how you want to run it, from what I've read and kind of seen. But we're going to mess with it. Alright, just gonna grab the sample, I'll probably be grabbing it in a few minutes anyway, but 1 second. Trying to get a little organized here. Probably should have done it before I started the stream, but hey, good morning. What's up, man? Hope you're having a good day wherever you're located. We happen to, for work, have the day off, so I think I got some time to kind of mess around. I didn't grab my tea. Here we go. All right, so the first thing I want to do, let's stop. We'll stop this. I'm gonna we'll go mono. I've actually got the input and output is set up as an FX loop over to the my MPC, but I'm just gonna go. We're gonna take the OPXY. Should be fine. I don't really care if it's mono for the signal. We're just gonna come in. I want to just mess around with thinking about how I'd hook up the sidechain for like maybe just like a sustained bass sound, and I don't know, drive some kicks through it. I mean, like this would be fine, except that it's a lot of drums, and we don't have like a sustained sound for the bass, so it's gonna make it a little different. Why are we getting, is this muted? No, the track's not muted. We can see we got an audio here. The XT source is on. What am I doing wrong? There we go. Just the switch was in the middle. I don't think I've done that before. All right, let's just go record. We can kind of see where we're at. We're a little over -6 dB. That should be fine. I'm gonna go higher. Get a little easier to hear. So as I said, I just want to do a sustained note for the moment. We'll kind of go from there. So we're gonna go bass. I'm just gonna do something for, I don't know, that's probably more than enough, but all right. So with a kick, we want the envelope of the kick to pump the bass here, or at least that's what I'm looking to do. Switch over, we'll go find a kick. Do I like this one? Or is it just, it's good enough? All right. So I think I only want the kick to do the pumping on the bass, so let's go turn gate off. Why does it sound so quiet? Well, maybe this is where we do some bus effects routing. Let's see. We'll use bus 1 for manipulating the kick here. Let's just try. It's pretty low end. Put a little hiss maybe. And let's go. I don't want 162 BPM. I'll embarrass myself for right now. Not without practicing it. Let's just go 1 bar. We don't need anything fancy for this. All right, this is a little, we're definitely clipping. Let's turn the volume down. All right, so now we just got to deal with routing. Let's go dry. All right, so we're gonna go dry here. We want the bass. I must have an extra hit. I must have tapped it on accident when I was recording when I was trying to do the remain dry. Let's fix that. It's like right at the end. We need to be in record. I'm sorry, guys. It's been so long since I've really messed with the SP404 to Mark II. There we go. There we go. Get that out of there. So, we still got to separate these to 2 separate channels. Let's go to bus 2. We're just going to put this on bus 2 here. Actually, you know what? We could go dry. With the I'm thinking we could go dry with the bass. The reason why is the kick and the snare for this pattern aren't hitting at the same time. Let's just do this though. We're gonna go leave that dry. Man, the timing's a little off there. It's gonna drive me nuts, but whatever. It's cool. What do we want for an effect here? If we want anything. Warm saturator. Oh, we gotta go check our effect settings. We're in line. There we go. I didn't want this. Okay. With this, we're in parallel. We want bus 1 to be sidechained into bus 2. So, to get there, shift pad 16 will get us in. They added a new menu after bus 4 for sidechain. We're gonna go source is bus 1, target bus 2. It's definitely doing it. Wait, bus 3 is wrong. Sorry, I was like, it sounded right at first, but it changed. So the reason why it wasn't working on bus 3 is it was ducking itself. Because we're going from bus 1 to bus 3 to bus 4. So you gotta be careful where you kind of land these things. I bet you can do some fun, interesting experiments, but we're not gonna do that today. At least not right now. All right. Threshold. I mean, I can hear it. It's just not like that much. What can we do for ratio? I didn't read the manual enough to. So ratio 0 makes sense, does nothing. I don't know if 100's like 2 to 1 or something, but. All right, we're just messing around. Okay, so releases, if you do the release, it's going to hold that envelope pulse longer, which makes sense. Should have read the manual. The zero's probably doing the, it's gain reducing the bass by the, like, basically the envelope shape of the kick. The release is probably allowing it so when you hit the max volume, it's just kind of taking a little bit longer to go out. Alright, this is all like theoretical messing around anyway. Let's exit out. We need something else in here. Sample. Not a pattern. I mean, affecting it because it's going through the chain. So if I do this, presumably if I keep it quiet enough, it won't matter. We can also see, it might be hard to hear the bass if I just do like this crazy pattern. I don't know, let's see. We're just playing around, right? It doesn't matter. Copy here. I feel like we're losing the thing a bit here. Hey, good morning, man. What's up? Sorry, but the computer's like a little bit of an angle, but Ukulele Plus, cool name. Yeah, I think we're gonna take this out, right? I mean, it's kind of fun that we now have the kick is just killing that shaker or whatever. All right, so dry's fine. Inputs, if we place something over here on the OPXY, I'm assuming the inputs are currently routed. Maybe that was a bad assumption. It's going straight to bus 3, so that's why we're not hearing it pulse on that second note. Okay, so remain. Now we're at bus 2. So with it like doubling up that note, you can just hear it, the effect more. I'll probably just need to normalize that. What other fun stuff could we try? Let's mute, shift, reverse. We'll mute. Why am I still hearing it? Why am I hearing that even though I just pad muted it? Maybe I wasn't. Maybe, is it we're hearing something? What the heck? Am I losing my mind? It's quite possible. I feel like we shouldn't be hearing this. Can I just do a shift exchange? Shift? It's going to tell me, yeah, I can't be in pattern mode doing this. All right, we're going to hack this. Shift, not metronome. Shift exchange. We're just going to move 5 and 9. And do it. Yeah, well, how are are we hearing that? Is the... I don't know. I guess I'll have to check the manual to see if the... I can't imagine that the sidechain is pre... It might be pre-effects, but we're clearly not hearing it now. This is just so overwhelmingly louder. Like, I can't hear what that is doing to the bass. Let me play a second note. There we go. I can hear it now. So we're kind of clipping. So that playing that quieter, obviously it's the envelopes that it's following are lower. I want to figure out why it's playing. Why are we playing this even when I pad mute it? There's something going on there I don't understand. All right, let's go back. Not metronome. Shift pad 5. Switch these two. Why is it playing anything? Am I losing my mind? Alright, I feel like I need to figure this out. What the heck I'm doing wrong. Because those are going to dry. Why would... Watch, I'll read the manual, be like, it disables pad mutes when you turn sidechain on or something. That ain't it. Oh, I know what it is. I'm grabbing the output. We're getting the cue. No wonder. Okay. I need to rewire this. All right, we can do that real quick. Let's see. Go here. Go into the mixer. That's because I had Q out, right? I did this wrong. Wrong side. I was like, I can't remember if this is the input or output from the back. It's okay. Well, one problem at a time. So clearly I've got... Oh, I shouldn't have thought that because these are muted. Right, and I did do it right the first time. I'm just being a slow adult today. There we go. All right. Now, I should have hooked this up this way to begin with. But clipping. All right, we turned everything off, so I had to go turn it back on. +1, +2. We can hear the pumping again. Okay, muting does turn it off. Fair enough. I was asking folks that were messing around with this before I got a chance to see if there was like any coloring it did. It doesn't sound like it's coloring anything, which is fine. All right. I'm not gonna at least have like a sense for what they're doing here. I don't know that I need to mess with it much more for this particularly. All right, the gain must be the source. If you want it to impact more, which is fine. Now that we got this disconnected, just take this into the back end for input. Because I do want to try and see if we can sync and record like pretty good loops out of the MPC sample and bring them over here. Let's end this. Don't need this anymore. Get my T out of the way. All right, MPC sample. Got all kinds of stuff falling down. All right. Let's go phono here. Probably take a little bit to boot. I think when I measured, it's like 12 seconds or so. Probably longer based on what you have for inputs. Let's go also disable target in settings. This is something I was working on just a little bit last week and was thinking I want to maybe bring it over here, clean out this bank, and let's see, I'm gonna find, we'll just use a TRS cable to go. We go on MIDI from SP to sample for tempo. MPC sample doesn't like external tempo, at least for the time being. But I think we want, if we just turn off the mix for flex beat, we should be fine. Let's see if we can get it. Forget if it's in, out. I go in here. See if we can get transport controls. Shift. I think we're playing. This must be sending MIDI. Let's stop everything. Okay. Start here. Why is that not sending a note? There's a note. We got a bass drum there. It's just not playing. Do I have mute on? I do. All right. I'm just forgetting everything I had set up the other day. All right. Transport control. Okay, we got stuff on here, which is not good. Right, we're gonna go MIDI settings. MIDI in is on, pad MIDI in. I'm gonna go off. I just don't want any of that data. MIDI sync in, MIDI clock. But it's not sending transport control for play, which is a bummer. We might just need to get back into, stop the pattern. Utility, system, MIDI, sync auto, sync out, on. All right, there we go. Playing slower, but it's our BPM. Sequence 162. So we're gonna have to edit the pattern BPM. Go to 162. All right, that will get us the bank having the right BPM. What I want to do, I think, is we want to record. Let's just try. We're going to mute everything. I'm going to mute everything here. I just want to be able to record in. I think these are all 4-bar. And or do I do a resample here? Is it a resample? Because we need to trigger the play to start. Pattern, resample, pattern. Pick pad 1. We'll just line them up to be the same. And because we don't have ext source on, we're not grabbing it. Maybe we just tap it. Oh, now we gotta set the measures. Okay. I know I wrote this up a long time ago for doing this. Okay. Now we mute, unmute, resample here. Oh, we gotta be back. This is like so finicky because you gotta make sure you're on pattern mode. We'll get like 4 done and see if it sounds all right. And why is it not remembering how many measures I want it to be? I could have sworn it did that. Now, we're going to be back here. Resample, pad, play it. It's not remembering. I'd like it to remember that I have 4 measures. We'll go mute, unmute, pattern, resample, pad 15. Go back to 4. All right. Pattern, resample, pad here. Oh, didn't set. Darn it. It's going to drive me nuts. This is why I usually don't enjoy kind of doing some of these things. Because you're like, just remember something, but it isn't set up to. So, do these all play together? Sounds fine. Quiet. And the thing to keep in mind is I have effects running over here, so we might be stacking effects that's making it sound not so good. And we got warm saturator. Oh, no, it's been off. Yeah, like that tells me like the output here is just really low. And I know like the SP404 Mark II likes to keep overhead like some extra room, so it's probably like negative 6 dB quieter than I want it to be, which is kind of annoying, but sorry, I got plumbers showing up to do some construction on my house. I didn't think they were coming today, but they are here, so I just had to make sure I had the door unlocked for them. All right, let's go do like the bass or something that's a little bit more fun. Pattern. I'm gonna go resample. Go up top. Back to 4. Oh, I thought that was the bass. Guess not. Stop that. All right, back over resample here. I did it wrong. Because we gotta keep hitting the number of measures, or this is gonna not work the way I want it to. All right, do that. Back to pattern, resample, 4 measures. Are we getting pads played? No, that just didn't sound right. Maybe that was it. I probably should be running isolator to boost the audio level, but it's kind of too late now unless I want to start over. It's not really sounding like a good time. All right. Darn it. Here we go again. Keep forgetting to set the number of measures. Next question is, how do these loop? I mean, I'm not hearing any clicks that are too obvious. A little noise, but I bet you. Okay, nothing on here. Knob effects is on tape emulator, which is should probably be on like a completely open low pass filter, so we're clean because we're probably stacking like noise. We're just adding more and more noise to it, and we probably would rather use the effects on the SP404 Mark II. I'm not super happy with this process to move audio over, if I'm being honest. We don't have a good way to export stems per pad right now. I don't know if we're going to see that in firmware 1.3 or not, but I don't know. We'll get what we get, I guess. gonna go check on the workers for like a minute. I'll be right back. Guess they're fine. All right, let's just go back through and re-record this stuff. 'Cause, this is otherwise, sorry, allergies. It's not going to do what I want. So let's delete everything. I feel like we probably want isolator at 6 dB, or as close as we can get. The reason why is we want to make up for that volume loss as we're recording, and I'm probably going to have to keep remembering to turn it back on. It's just one more step in this madness, but let's just do it. Measure. I should just write this down so we're way too loud on the SP404 Mark II. Okay, we got that. Pattern, resample, turn isolator on, select, different pad, mute, unmute. I did it. Still sounds so low. All right, I'm just gonna keep going. Isolator on, back here, resample, pad. This is like it's a experience to be trying to talk through and explain, also do it right. All right, there, pattern, isolator, resample, 4 measures. All right, pattern, isolator, resample, here, 4 measures. Because then once we get it over here, we can kind of think about some more interesting effect kind of stuff. I may want to leave a couple with the tape effect, but I think the tape effect is a lot better over here. So, resample, isolator on, 4 measures, this pad. Maybe we didn't play anything. Sounds like a snare roll. I don't know. It was really quiet. Or snare did not really a roll. Isolator on. Select the pad. 4 measures. This is as painful as it probably is to watch. But I can't think of any other good way to do this right now. If you've got something on the MPC sample you want anywhere else. Pattern. If somebody has a better way, I'd love to hear it. Resample. All right. Must be playing I think it's just playing the loop straight, so it's fine. This is the thing that, like, I don't get. Why is it that when we resample a pattern, it just goes infinite, but when you resample a pad, it defaults to whatever the last one you had was? This is super annoying. I'm sorry, guys. No. No. Wait, maybe I did have it all right. Here. Resample. No. Wrong page. Resample. Isolator. Don't mess with the settings. We just want to change that. Why was it doing that? I don't know. Oh, maybe I had a base and some other stuff going. Pattern, resample. Isolate. Don't forget isolator. Thought there was more. Why are we leaking? Are we playing? Oh no, that's why. This has events on it, and it's playing these pads. And this one's fine. It's because we got events on these three. We got to re-record these. All right. Delete. We got to go back to the pattern. Let's just go pattern. What's the easiest way to do this? No, we want to, let's just play it. All right, I think it was just like these pads. I don't think there's anything here, but it's a 1-bar loop, so we can just erase everything out. Let's see if it worked. All right. We don't want that. Resample. Isolator. And 4 bars. Hello, what did I do wrong? Oh, it deleted the pattern because there's no events on it. Okay, record here. We're just going to record a single event on bank J so we don't ever do anything. All right, I'm hopefully getting out of my own way here. Resample. No, we want to go back to, we're on bank A. Okay. Resample. No. Resample here. 4 isolators on. We don't have ext source on now. Darn it. I'm gonna jump out the window. And this is not the SP404 Mark II's problem, I don't think. This is just, we can't export per pad stems. So I'm going to blame the MPC for this madness. I have, and to be fair, a lot of, like the OPXY has, in the OP1 field have the same problem, so. All right, let's keep deep at this. We're like getting there. Get that isolator on. I'm a little concerned that I've changed how recording works. I think I had it on count in. We should be fine. Resample. 4 bars. Isolator on. Back here. Resample. Hit the pad. Turn 4 bars. Isolator on. Resample. Pad 2. 4 bars. Isolator on. This doesn't help me necessarily. Moving everything over here doesn't really help me mix anything, but I can at least work with it as samples. I could also do all this re-recording and as resampling inside the MPC sample, I guess. But, I don't know. Taking on this madness. I'm almost done. Not convinced this is going to all play in sync at this point, but we'll find out. 4 bars, isolator. Okay, we have everything over here. We could pad link stuff. Just gonna toggle gate off, loop on for everything. And I don't know, let's just go pad link. Why not? Oh, we can only do 8 though. Whatever. Wait, we can only do 4? Well, pad linking is a terrible idea, maybe. No, because I'm not going to be able to hit all 16 pads at the same time. All right, we'll do that. We can add this one? No. All right, let's exit out. Let's just see if this sounds halfway decent together. Sounds about the same, at least. Let's see, do we want to route drums someplace else maybe? Go to bus 2. And scatter could be kind of fun to bring in once in a while. My concern is it's not good. You'd probably want this on a sequencer or a pattern so that you could bring stuff in and out. But let's go make the kick dry. Let's go back to the sidechain. We'll go dry, to bus 1. So, I need to turn this down. Because we have pad link. What am I going to do here? Let's first go pitch and speed here. Oh, volume's already at 127. I don't want to turn BPM syncing on for everything. I can kind of mess around with the speed. Sad. It would be nice to have gotten a quantized launch mode for pads when we have them in loop mode. I don't feel really good about having taken all the time to do this, but if anybody learned anything, like you don't want to do this, to take stems from the MPC sample over to the SP404 Mark II or anywhere else, then hopefully you'll learn something. What else we're going to mess around with here? I kind of don't feel like trying to build a track on the SP404 Mark II right now. I do have some stuff I was working on the Dirty Wave M8 last night. Maybe I'll just move over to that. Or not. We could just do some stuff on the MPC sample too. Let's exit out. And all right, we don't need sync anymore. Done with my experiment here. I learned enough. I learned I don't want to do it. Okay. Unmute stuff. Go shift, project, save. What do we call this? Project O0. I can't, maybe I have a 1 already. Erase, just go do it. Shift project, new. And we're still going through here. Let's turn some of the effects off. See what we need to do to get the volume up. And if you guys can hear the construction in the basement, I apologize. I don't know how much is leaking in through the mic. Although I'm not seeing anything coming over the EQ VU thing on the, well, it's not a VU, but. All right, I have way too many samples on this thing, so let's just go digging around. External, back. Yeah, they're drilling. Let's see what we can find for some fun boss samples. Once it stops scanning the directory, I have like too many drum kits in here. DR220. Just do it. So a crash there. We'll do the open hat there. We'll do the crash up here. Go ride. Snare. Leave the toms out for the moment. Why is... I don't know, maybe this, what I had done for that previous project was just quieter. Oh, hold on, I'll be right back. Sorry, made it back. Yeah. Guess we got more drilling than I expected. Got a lot more noise here. We testing out the good old sat noise gate, I guess. Let's see. I'll just get this kicked off for a second. I just got to do one thing. Leave some kind of music going, even though I guess I should have done that before I dropped to go talk to the contractor. It was going to be like a minute or two. All right. Gonna do this. That is done. Should be able to actually pay attention as long as noise isn't driving me batty. All right, we'll end this. I don't know why this was like whatever I was what I was working on earlier. Maybe I was just playing the pads too quiet on the sample, because this is like so much louder. All right, let's get knob effects. We don't need that. Let's go find some more samples. At least one more. Go find like a bass or something. I do have a lot of the poly palette kits. It also takes a little while to load. You can see like you start scrolling down, it just jumps back up to the top until it's done. Once it's loaded, it seems like it gets cached up. That's fine. Let's get a sequence going so I can just kind of see what we want to preview. I want a mute group across the hats, and maybe the, well, at least the hats. Mute group. Go 1. All right. Pattern sounds a little off, but whatever. We'll fix it when we kind of like that. So I can go shift, go on. I want this to be, I think F sharp maybe. No, we don't want fine tune. 2 or 3 semitones to get us to what? Actually, no, that's going to be like B2 is going to be A sharp. Sorry, my counting's like off. Thought I hit the pad. And I'm hitting this stuff now on the SP404 Mark II. Okay. Get out of 16 levels. I guess I just got to do this the old-fashioned way. We'll just delete everything off the track. I might have had like a very low velocity note or something. It might be I'm playing it at the end. I might have just caught it at the very end before it looped over. And it's just chopping the end because I can hear it do like a little pop. I think I probably have quantize off right now. Yeah, I turned it on, so it's off. Get out of here. Just erase all the events. Kind of want to quantize these kick drums at least. Let me remember how to do this. Was there like a quick quantize in here? That just turns it on. Sequence. I thought there was a resample warp fader, resample song, compressor, half speed, blah, 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 blah. Was it just shift? No. This is the mistake that's easy to make if you think you're playing pads but you're in sequence mode. Let's try again. Record quantize. I'm just going to turn it on for the first note at least. Not chop. I want it 16 level. What in the world? Did I go change? 16 level. I think I was in chop mode and wasn't paying attention. This poly stuff is annoying. Let's try and go, or mono. See if just switching to poly helps. Nope. So I'll put it back to mono because we just need it, or mono's better anyway, probably. And now we gotta go to step sequence. to see when the third note is. That's the third note. And we can't edit the gate, so I just have to replay it. We're going to go erase. It won't let me do it. Which would mean that I have to go back and delete the 2 events. Like it just... I mean, I'd like that it would just overwrite the events, but it doesn't seem to do that. Yeah, it won't let me do it. Darn you. Darn you. See, you can hear I held it longer. And it won't let me drop a note in there. So I'd have to go re-record the second note, probably. Alright, we can try. So what I do, I think I went to this one. I was going here. Now it won't let me get this one in. Sounds terrible. Practice makes perfect, is what I will remind myself. I mean, I guess that's what I was trying to do. Why did it sound different the second time? It probably quantized. Yeah, I had quantize on. If you want this stuff to drive you nuts, this is the dark side of the... welcome to the dark side of the MPC sample. That'll probably play fine. Still not what I want, though. Did it again. I want to play this note because I'm trying to do this in major scale. Maybe I'm just done with the MPC sample for right now. There's plenty of nice stuff with it, but I don't feel like fighting 16 levels for this. It's not worth it for me right now in my mental well-being. Let's see. Do I have a cable long enough to get the Dirty Wave M8 screen going? I think I do. Let's just go mess around with that for a bit. Grab a USB cable. We'll also need a ground loop isolator because hooking up to the USB is noisy. A couple TRS, this to here. That into little sound. Let's see. I don't know if this was great, but let me turn the volume up. And then I'll get the display set up and configured. At least get the MPC out of the way. Thought I had something more interesting than whatever this is. Wasn't what I was starting. I'll just save it and load up what I actually want to work on. Load. There we go. All right, goodbye MPC Sample for now. I'm gonna turn the glass kind of tight. Just unplug it. All right, now to get the display going. Almost there. Alright, just so folks can actually see viewed a little bit better what the heck I'm doing here. The external display. Alright, I have been kind of messing around with this. Like some other stuff I might go to too, but I'm kind of in the let's start looking at making stuff a little bit more random maybe. But we got like track 1 right now is just like kick, 2 snare, 3's like hats, 4's percussion, 5's bass, 6 is apparently like some noise. There's some more noise on 7. And then we get like this kind of like low ARP. I don't know, this is kind of like a, I think it's like a little bit almost glitchy, dark, I don't know, almost like industrial-ish, but I don't know, I just was grabbing some samples and messing around. Alright, first up, I don't remember why I did this double tap. There we go, kick, kind of comes in. That's not the kick. Oh, I gotta turn scale off here if I want to be able to do this. So a thing to know about the dirty way of M8 is it will force everything to a scale if you set it. So I have F sharp minor, which means any track that you're playing notes from will be forced into that scale. And otherwise, you have to, like, what I'm doing here, where I'm putting this ska, it's like scale. I'm just saying it's chromatic. That's the C part doesn't really matter, but I just want to have a chromatic track here, which will allow me to select each note individually. So it's kind of like this original kick. I just pitched it down. So then I kind of like just get like this double tap, almost like a ghost note or something that ends it early. And then the nth 30 at the bottom here just says on the 4th time through, play it again. So I want to add in some extra hits here. And it could be fun just to put like some random ghost notes that we only play like once in a while. The nth command just says like every so many phrases to go do it. Do like 1 and 3 or something. Go really quiet. And right now it's only going to play on the 1st time through the phrase and the 3rd time. So it's basically like every other for this one. Let's go do something similar. Whoops. I didn't do the paste correctly. Maybe we just want this one on the 2nd. Might be too quiet to hear it. Yeah, these are really quiet. I don't even know if I can hear it at 24. Pretty low in the mix. I think I'm going to leave them though, because as we go through and mix stuff, it'll be kind of fun. Yeah, I mean, like, if you don't mind, especially if you don't mind going used, you can find people selling them fairly reasonably priced on the Dirty Wave MA channel. Otherwise, yeah, kind of just keep an eye for when they get posted. This is like one of my favorite travel instruments. I just dig this thing. Spent a lot of my life as a programmer, and it just kind of scratches that itch without actually having to write code. So, and like if you kind of go through and thinking about how to like mix and match patterns, you get some really cool stuff going. So I'm not going to worry too much about these not being able to hear them, because I'm probably not going to arrange this where I have everything playing like it is right now. I mean, there's other tricks we can do to maybe glitch it up a little or something, but that track probably stays as is. And this is just like a really noisy thing. I'm just going to also put scale on this one because I don't want it pitching up and down. You can hear I got like a delay going on it, which is making it a little extra. That one's kind of annoying. It's just kind of like high, low, high, low, high, low. In the mix, it's fine, but we could do some more interesting stuff here. I want to go to the table. Actually, before we do that, we're going to go table tick. I'm going to do it so every time it plays a note, it will do something in the table. So instead of just like running at like, what is it normally? Once at every tick it will do it. I'm going to make it do it every time it just receives a gate for a note on. And let's kind of maybe not that high. We're going to mess with pitching, changing pitch of samples up and down a little, and we'll jump around just so like that's not maybe too much. 4 is a lot. should, like, if you're like kind of watching it, it's like so we have the hi-hat playing every 16th note right now, and it's just kind of walking through. Not like terribly interesting. I want to do a little bit more fun stuff. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go T-hop, which is basically just going to have it, I'm going to say 0, 0. So basically it's pointing back to itself. If you leave it right now, you can see it's just not going anywhere. But to actually get this to be a little random, we're going to go RNL, which is going to take, and it's going to take whatever we generate for a random value. And I'm just going to go up and left, so we get 0F. This will allow it to hop randomly through the table, so we're not going to ever get, we're infrequently going to get like a repeating pattern when we loop through. So it's going to kind of like, you should see just kind of like where that cursor is, the blue triangle lines. It's just moving kind of around a bit. What's the deal with the Dirty Wave M8? It is a tracker, so if you know that, it's like, so instead of going left to right for a timeline, you're up to down. And this is like very like phrase-based or kind of building block components. So like, even though like, I mean, I could just get rid of, there's no reason to have this. It's just repeating the same thing right now. But this is basically I've got 4, what are called chains, or 4, sorry, I got 8 in this song. I can kind of arrange things down and get a whole lot going on. I've got 8 tracks. And each track here is whatever this hex number is going to be it's got a chain in it. So if you go to the chain, you can see I can, right now, for like this kick, it's just going 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. And that's just saying like, we're playing pattern 1, and it's just doing it 4 times. And that's just going to kind of loop back over. I could make, like if I wanted to make a different pattern here, what I could do is, for example, I want to make 11. I want to still want this to be 4 bars because you want them to frequently be the same length. But let's say instead of this kick magic that we're doing, where at the moment it's going like the kick, like all these are just kicks. Let's say I want to have like it get really crazy on like an 8th iteration. All I have to do is create a new phrase. So these are called phrases where it's just 1 bar. Gonna go to a empty one. I think I got something there. Yeah, probably 8 is empty. All right, 8 is empty. Whoops. So we got our kick. Let's say I want to do like a more traditional, like a house style pattern, which is like 1 every quarter note. And then I want to do like go into a roll. It's like pretty quick for me to program some of this stuff. I'm just going to do some retriggers, and we'll do every 3 ticks, 3 ticks, and we'll do like 1. So if you want to hear where this so like I can program that in. Now like I can go swap this out and make it like play different drum sounds and things if I want to. Like I can have it do different instruments, so I can keep like the phrase and just do all kinds of crazy stuff. But like the way this will play now, right, is because I made this new track, it's going to keep looping wherever it is. It's basically staying in your like each lane. So these are all 20 through 80 are all 4 bars. 10 is actually a 4 bar and 11 is a 4 bar. So what you'll see is it'll just kind of hop down to 11 and we'll get that in there. So you can do like some like things where you kind of move different parts around. The reason why I'm doing these as 4 bar building blocks is that you see like now it's jumped down to 11. So it's going to sound the same. So for the 4th bar. So like I can kind of just keep making these things and then mix and match them however I want really quick. Yeah, it's playing the notes downward. Like, I mean, let me do this. I'm going to save this. I'll go find like a more of a produced track I can show you. We want to load. Let's go like one of the DiBiase track flips. Yeah, like this one. Like, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. So basically, like how I usually work with this is I'll just kind of come up with different chains that I will merge together. So like this is kind of where I just started. I was like, this is my A part of the track, or it's like whatever 4 loops I did, and or 4 bar loops I did. You can see like you've got room up to 16. So I could do like up to a 16 bar phrase and go nuts. And then usually like once I have like my A, I'll do like a B where I will kind of come up with some different parts. Or it might be like a breakdown or something, and just kind of keep going. And you'll see like here I've got like 42. So I did like a few different things. Then down here is like where I just started at 0E and went down, and this is the actual arrangement for the track. So I can kind of talk, I can play it and kind of talk through like what's going. So with the choose your characters, I think I was using 90 as all the vocal stuff. So
choose your character.
So basically what it is I just sampled myself saying choose your character and then pitched it down. You can see here, if I go edit, like this is the actual audio, like, and I can come in and edit the audio or like chop it up. So like the lines here are the chops that I put in place. And with that, I basically then baked the chops into the file. So if I loaded it up ever again, it would use the exact same chops. And you just say like slice type file. If you just want to do like a drum pattern that's like 4 bars and it just plays like every note on like a quarter note or 16th note or whatever, you can also set like how many slices there are for like slice points. So this one's in particular is set to file. I've then just got like about like detuning and a bunch of like other stuff going on here to I guess kind of toast the vocal here. And then for like the drums here, you can see here I've got like a 41 and then 50s are the patterns. And like I would say for like this PH column is phrase. So the phrases are just your 1 bar chunks. If I play this, you'll hear kind of like we're going for like kind of a heartbeat thing, and then it sounds like the filtering is different. So what's kind of going on here is if we're talking like programming kind of stuff, each column has different things. So what I'm basically doing here is where I'm saying filter, I'm turning the saying filter 01 is setting it to a low pass filter. It was off by default. And then the cut here is setting where the cutoff is. So I'm dropping it really low. And then the rep here is just saying repeat. So it's the cutoff starting like incredibly low. And then the repeat is making it open up the filter basically. And if I play this, you'll hear it. So you can hear it's like opening. And then when it comes back again, because it's resetting the cut to really low and coming back in, and you get like, so basically you have your command, your note, your velocity, you've got your instrument, and you can have up to 128 instruments. This thing has synthesizers on it. It's a great sampler, like all kinds of stuff. So, and then you get your 3 columns, which are like whatever FX commands you want to run for, pitching the note, choosing slices, having like an instantaneous like delay send, like all kinds of crazy stuff you can do here. This is where a lot of these options, not all of them, but a lot of them are things you can drop as FX commands to go change how it's playing the sound. And then you got this table command set, which these are running. If you're familiar with like parts per quarter note, like an MPC 1000's 96 parts per quarter note, the MPC sample that I was just messing with is 960 parts per quarter note. It's basically just like how many ticks or time slices do you have per quarter note where a note could conceivably land for starting, like triggering a gate and a note and all that stuff. So this is going to vary by instrument. The Dirty Wave M8 used to be, and by default, it's going to be up here, 24 parts per quarter note, which is like terribly limited. But Trash 80, who is like a wizard, and I think he can do a lot of stuff because he's the only one that's determining what goes in here. You can actually go all the way up to 192 parts per quarter note, which is quite a bit and gives you a lot of expressiveness. So like the ticks are just kind of like where it's landing. The reason why all this matters is the table by default is running by ticks. So you can also run FX where you're like saying like every tick I want like some value to change. You can see you got like note, so you could use this to program like very quick like NES or Sega Master System like arpeggios, or just like note changes really quick. You got velocity. Then again, you have 3 more FX commands, so you can technically get like 6 FX running at the same time on one instrument. You can actually go higher than that, but I think you get to 9, but you have to do like some other tricks here. But effectively, the thing to know is, like what I usually do is I'll set a table tick from 0, 1 or other to 0, 0. And this does a note increment, which means every time it gets a gate for a new note, it will go through the table. And I'll explain why this is kind of important in a minute, but it allows you to do some really fun things where when you get a note, you can have it do like random kind of sounds or control stuff. So where was I? So like, yeah, 15 is kind of like the, for this kick track is where I'm kind of opening up the filter. So it's kind of like starting there. Here, as I said, I usually go like kick, snare, hats, whatever percussion or noise I want. Then it's going to be like bass. And then it gets into like, chords, melodic, whatever through here. Yeah, this thing's awesome. Like, it is absolutely crazy. It is a Pico MPC, not quite, but yeah, it's kind of in that space. So you can hear like the hats. Like this is doing something very similar that I was doing with the kicks, where it's starting really low and kind of opening up. So you're going to hear, I just programmed in like a hat opening up through a filter. And this will probably be bass. Yeah, it's like just kind of like a bassy noise. So what's going on here? And if you listen, the note is playing longer than the 1 bar. So you see it going where the FE is. Most people working with the M8 will use FE as like it's the very last phrase that you can do. You can't do an FF phrase. So like FF is probably just reserved for these empty dashes. That would be my guess from like how it's programmed. FEs are good because basically they have no note or other data. So the thing to know about the M8 is it's only 8-note polyphonic, and if you can play whatever you want for a note in any track, but as soon as a new note comes in, it will stop the previous note from playing. So the reason why I have these here is just so that I'm like indicating like I'm not playing anything. I'm like basically reserving the track so that this one note can play. Then like this one's going to be similar.
Choose your character.
This is the choose your character. I had probably, oh yeah, it's just there. I just, because I'm trying to keep everything 4 bars so that like the cursor is always going the same amount. I just put FEs in here. So it just does the choose your character. And then this is where we start getting into like more fun, fancy stuff. So that's playing the note where you hear like go like the little flute or whatever it is. The slice, I'm hard coding it to say play slice 0, 0, which is going to be the very first chop. And then the kill is saying only play this for 6 ticks. And then the error 40 is a relatively new, or error is a relatively new thing where it will randomly mess up or glitchify like some of the different parameters based on how high you make the number. So like right now, playing it, you're not going to hear it. If I kind of repeat it, you might hear it kind of go around. So that's like the first part of the phrase. Then I have another one that you might ask, why is this different? And if you look here, it's really I'm pretty much running the same stuff, except that the slice is 0C and 0D. So I'm just picking 2 different slices. So I went through and like manually programmed in all of the slices that I wanted. So you can see you go 1C, 1D. So I repeat it with 1C. I'm just playing the same thing, and then I made another one. It was kind of like this weird broken slice. Then over here, this was just random background noise I put in. So, yeah, it's kind of a whole bunch of things going on, but let's see if there's anything worth picking out that might be fun. I mean, I did like last year, I did a full video breakdown on this track, but
Green llama selected. Ready, player 2.
I find like something more interesting, but I'm not hearing like a bunch of random stuff. I think I just did this one kind of straight.
Get ready.
The main problem with the Dirty Wave M8 for me is the 24 parts per quarter note's a little tough to work with, and there's no pads, so you kind of need like something external if you want to be able to play things, but you can do it. There's a couple like note repeats or something that's doing that like kind of sound. I must have like more intro. I got like some other stuff that I can probably load up that's like crazier. I can lose changes. I don't want to save any of that. Nah. STBB. Oh, this one's a little nuts. This is more drum and bass-ish kind of space. This was kind of like where I started. I kind of went from there, messing around with stuff. I don't know if I have any real random things to show off. A lot of re-triggers, I bet. This is a rare, I decided to work in 8 bars instead of 4. Why, I couldn't tell you. Yeah, like this is creating the double tap, so it's like only every 4 bars. Or we bass. So here, I'll explain what's going on here. So if you have your scale, so I'm playing this in E minor. If you come down here, you can see I'm going 0, 0, 0, 0. So this is basically saying take the pattern and transpose it up or down. 0, 0 is not transposing it anywhere. Then I'm transposing it up 4, then up 7, then up 5. So this is like basically just using the same bass line. And just kind of moving it around. It has internal synth sounds. It does. Like if I go, it doesn't matter. I just won't save it. So if I go create like a brand new track here. So, whoops. Let's go make a empty thing here. So it's got wave synth. It's got macro synth. You got the sampler. You got an FM synthesizer. You've got a hypersine, which is kind of like what you'd use for doing chords. And then you got MIDI out and external, which are allowing you to use this to control external synthesizers or like sound modules as well. So it's got plenty of internal sounds. The real one area where it kind of lacks is effects. From an effects standpoint, you've got the first one's mod effects. This is kind of new. You can set it to either chorus, phaser, or flanger. Then you've got 1 delay and 1 reverb. That's kind of all you get, except that's also kind of a lie because You do also have a limiter that's end of chain. You've got a DJ style filter that's end of chain, and then you've got an over the top compressor that's also end of chain. So you sort of have 6 effects, plus you got like all these other like the mod channels and stuff you can do with it. So you can get pretty crazy going into it. I'm gonna lose changes again. That's fine. I don't know, there's like something in here that might be easier to go over. This one I would almost guarantee has a bunch of randomness going on. Let's go take a look. Well, I mean, maybe it's not as much randomness. We'll see. But I do like to use nths a lot because I will tend to take what is a 1-bar pattern and then turn it into like a 4 or 8-bar pattern by saying like play this every other time or only the 3rd time it goes through, or like the 4th time. So you can kind of like sprinkle those in and get some like pretty cool, like this one track that would otherwise just be a very standard track is kind of moving around a little bit more. Now what is it? It is actually a drum break that I chopped up, and what's happening is the C1, which is the lowest note you can play, is saying play chop 1, then chop 2, then chop 1 again, then chop, I don't know, what's that, 12 or something? I don't know, like I just kind of grabbed the slices I liked. And then if I go to 11 here, I probably resampled, be my guess. Yes. So this has a very quick resampling workflow that you can select as many tracks as you want, and then you can resample it to a new sample. So I basically took what was being played before probably and just resampled it. Yeah, so I can 100% tell you, just from listening to that, what I did. I'm going to grab it. Is I really like their Dirty Wave M8 paired with the Korg Chaos Pad Mini 2S. There's a way, I've talked about this before in some videos, there's a way to cable this up so you can get an effect. Man, why is my camera so blurry? You can cable these up to have the Chaosilator or Chaos Pad be a FX loop for the M8. So I just probably played it and then was like doing some filter sweeps by hand. Sounds like a filter and like some digital distortion. So yeah, I kind of like did that a lot. First triangle, nothing too exciting going on there. This one I wanted to come in apparently on the 4th bar. Yeah, so we get some like transform effects. So that was like the loop. I didn't want it to do that, so I made it sound a little glitchy. Basically what's going on here with slice and then RNL7 is it's saying slice 0, so taking the first slice, but then it's randomizing it from 0 to 7, so we're randomly grabbing every other hit here is randomly grabbing one of the slices out of the pile. So if I let it play, you'll just hear like it has not a ton of variations, but a few. Yeah, this one. It's like a little riser. I could have programmed this differently, but right now it's just like all 0 A's. It's only triggering on the 3rd note. Yeah, on the 3rd time through. I resampled the bass here, so I sometimes do this. So when I'm like messing around, like grabbing different chops, it'll come out different. What's this? This was the Roland J6. So I must have resampled it. This might. Yeah. And that might be what I originally played as a loop. So I did that, and then I probably ran it through the Chaos Pad Mini 2S with like a, I don't know, tremolo or gate or something. And then did the same, like that last one. Sounds like it's going through like a spacey delay reverb kind of sound. So with all that, this is kind of what this track is. So again, like this one's coming in late. I don't think I finished this one. This one feels, looking at it, yeah, I just was messing around. So this one needs some more work. I must have, like, I know I have like other things. I got stuff out here that, oh, this one's nuts. There's one that's really nuts. I have one that's like just a wall of noise. Did I finish this one? No, this is another one that needs work. I just need to come back and do it. And this is what I was like, I like the sound of like the guitar and stuff, but I'm trying to find specifically, I know there's like, some have gone like really crazy with automation. Good one. This is the noisy one. I actually submitted this for the Dirty Wave M8, like one of the soundtrack things that they did. That was just kind of what it was. I was messing around with it. Let's see if I do like a note breakdown. Okay, so we're starting off. That's what this sounds like. With that distortion is like just how crazy I was able to go with it. So, basically, the amplifier is, I'm amplifying this a ton. Doing some low pass filtering to just kind of keep it a little bit under control. And you can see I get like nth 90, which is basically saying play like some of this note, like that one's first and fourth time through the phrase, first and third, first and fourth, so, or just fourth. So I'm just kind of keeping it like moving around. If you can see, I've also got table hop 0F. So what it's doing is it's starting on this row and then basically coming through. The reason why I did that is I wanted this first hit to not be glitched out or random. I wanted to make sure that it is actually played correctly. Because you can hear like that second note just randomly changes how it sounds. Not all the time, but like it's kind of like a crackle sometimes. And basically the magic that's happening here is I'm having it do, it's table hopping the first note to the last one because I don't have anything playing. And then this one is just randomly bouncing around the rest of the table for the next note. So sometimes it pitches up a full semitone. Sometimes it does a play reverse, so it'll play it backwards. Sometimes it's doing a retrigger, so it's playing it faster. And sometimes it's pitching it down. So kind of watch, you'll see it's bouncing around. And then it'll start playing in order. But this is kind of allowing me to have some consistency in the sound, but still be random. And there's like different ways you can do this. This looks like kind of, oh, the reason why I have 00, 01, 02, 03. So I'm playing, this is basically saying slice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, super boring, up to 8. Then we're at like 9, 10, whatever. So I'm just kind of like, it's the exact same pattern for these effects. But, and with this table hop 0F, so that on the start of every bar, we're playing the first note correctly. But the rest is kind of walking through the notes, so it won't do anything. It'll just kind of just be random. Here, I don't think it's another one. So I did like, I basically, it looks like I took the same. Did I? Maybe not. I don't think there's anything random there. Hats, you can hear, like, so this is played 100% straight as the phrase. But if you see here, like I've got it so like the notes, it's bouncing around like I was doing earlier. So it's kind of like just pitching it up and down a little bit and just varying it. And then I'm taking the velocity, it's playing it as whatever, and then it's dropping it down to 87. So you kind of get like a little bit of a rhythmic every time it goes through. And then we're just kind of randomly bouncing through it and doing some different effects where we get like a degrade, retrigger, like some other stuff. So that's playing the notes faster once in a while. This is a chop. So basically I've sliced this up. And what I'm doing here is just playing probably kind of like the first bar or whatever. Like, actually it doesn't look like the first bar. Like whatever I just, maybe it is. What I thought was interesting notes. Then you can see here, it is, it's going to start on the table zeros, the first table. It's going to pitch it up a semitone, then it's going to pitch it down up or sorry, an octave. Then it pitches up an extra octave, and then it's pitching it down 38. No, 42, 12. So I just have whatever, and then the table hop is forcing it to kind of go through this like 3 pattern. So it's pitch out, you know, pitch up, pitch down. So you kind of get like that rhythmic kind of stuff going on. Pattern, this is bass. So the original sample, you can hear it's slower. I sped it up because I believe I tuned it up somehow. Am I tuning it up here? Maybe it just sounds faster. But like it's doing like a similar idea where I'm just kind of walking through the pattern and then grabbing like what I wanted for notes that I thought were interesting. Then we've got like the synth. So this is actually playing the wave synth. This is not a sample. So basically it's the same pattern. It's just doing like D4, G3, A3, but then it's transposed up 2, 5, and then 7. So if you hear, I mean, obviously it's just going to be like the same pattern. This one, same idea. So basically this is another synth that I'm playing. And the ARP command and ARC command, so ARP is saying what intervals to play. So it's going to play the first, in this case, you're playing the first note, you're selecting the 5 is saying pick the 5th note up, and then the C is saying take the 12th note up. So we're playing first 5, 12, first 5, 12. And then the ARC 5C is basically the first 5 is saying, it's configuring it to play the ARP up and then down over 1 octave up and 1 octave down. And then the C is saying to play the note every 12 ticks, which in this case would be every 8th note. And then the, again, transpose 2, 5, 7. So we're just transposing the same pattern over 1 bar. Or every bar is going up, then come back down. Last up is just this like riser. And again, like I just have the 1 note to trigger it. And then it's a sample, and then the FE is just saying, like, just keep playing it. So, with all that said, I'm in live mode. This is what this track is doing, which is going absolutely bananas. Actually, stop it for a second. I want to explain what the FD is doing here. The FD is very similar to the FEs, where it says like keep playing. FD though, most people will come in and actually do like a off, so it stops the previous instrument from playing, and the kills are just stopping whatever effects commands might be going on. So what you'll hear here should be on the FDs, like I'm just killing things to make sure re-triggers and other stuff doesn't like just go absolutely crazy. So like the riser dies right here because I turned it off. And I gotta figure out why this thing just can't hold focus. It's driving me nuts. It just starts doing this. OBS. Actually, it's probably my phone. Phone camera, just be cool. Sure. I can go back to goofing around with the MPC sample. Here it is. Here's the sample. I gotta like stop doing that. Maybe not. Maybe it's the focal point. Anyway, well, I can go to the sample for a bit. Is there anything specific you want to see? Just need to plug it in and turn that off. I can get back to fighting with this again. I think we just kill the base here. Let's just kill everything. start over. Quantize on. Yeah, hey, like, feel free to drop something, any questions in my Discord or anything. Happy to try and help. And should I switch over to my other camera? Let's see if it'll come in any better. Oh, it's pointing at the ceiling right now. Let's see if we can get the Brio to just behave better. It's a tiny bit crooked. I think there's a link to the Discord in the description of this video, and yeah, I was gonna say, I think you can find it. Maybe it's like just too much. Let's get rid of this. Just delete them. We'll find some other samples to mess with. External, back, samples. Gotta wait for the drive to finish searching through everything. I don't know, maybe the not having this zoom in and out is good for my head. We can find some. Maybe I have to, I'll go grab an instrument to sample off of. Let's go do just maybe not bass. Actually, let's go quantize off. Let's drop that down in the mix a bit. Maybe a little. Oh, I'm recording this. Darn it. Let's undo that. Unfortunately, we're going to lose all of it. We got to remember not to be in sequence record if you don't want to mess everything up, or you don't want to automate all these things. All right, get a 16 levels. Go do some more sample poking. Kind of like that, it's a little bassy. Not sure we can use it, but let's double this sequence. Maybe we'll leave it. We'll try. I thought I kind of liked whatever I was doing the first time. No. That's not right. I just think it's too fast. I just need a different sample. We'll get out of this sample kit. We'll find something else. That's not going to be it. And maybe we just don't go. That's a lot. It's not going to work. What did I do? You have to reset or eject the card each time. That's kind of weird and wild. Also, yo, B Jammin', what's up? I don't know what the heck I'm doing right now, honestly. Fighting with a couple of things. I was actually fighting earlier with the polyphony of the bass, and it was driving me nuts. Because I'd record something, and then it would quantize it, and then the start and end points would move, and then it would just not play the other note. Maybe we just leave the bass out for now. don't know why you can't erase pads while you're playing, but... But we got what we got. Let's see if we can find a... other instrument. Anything other than bass. I don't even know if I like that, like... thing that's in there right now. Trying to play correctly or in scale, but I already have like the C minor thing that's gonna mess this up for the pad. I don't know. We'll find a delay maybe. The 1.3 update. Yeah, I'm waiting for it. The as well. Yeah, if you play the note, I was hitting the one where if you play it, like if it gets caught like right at the end, it won't play over, which is kind of annoying as well. I thought I heard something that was getting fixed for that as well, so I'm gonna say fingers crossed. Went wrong again, because the major scale is going to be do 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 do. I did it. I'm playing out of the scale again. I'm just going to leave it. So how you doing, B-Jammin'? Having fun? Got the day off, or actually got work to do? Kits only. Oh yeah, only be able to load kits that are in here on Bank A. Means that if you got multiple kits you want to load, you're gonna have to do it some other way, which is kind of a bummer. This. It's fine. So I'm just gonna go. drop this down really low. I don't know if I quite like the end there, but just goofing around. Let's filter this down. Fortunately, I was able to get the day off today, so I'm just kind of goofing around for as long as I feel like. Been doing the world tour of whatever gear I can grab and people are asking about, so was doing some Dirty Wave M8 stuff. I was messing around with the SP404 Mark II sidechain. Hadn't played with that really, so I was getting a sense of that. Maybe we should put that in the tape delay. Doesn't sound terrible, huh? So yeah, I think in general there's plenty of stuff I like to see the MPC Sample do. I know a lot the complaint people have for folks talking about it is you're just asking for like the MPC one or a full-grown MPC, and I don't think, like, at least I'm not looking for that. I actually like a lot of the restrictions here for working in. The size is great. There's just like feels like some things that it doesn't quite do. It could do better or a little bit like more seamless. Like resampling is kind of a chore. Unlike, I mean, the SP404 Mark II, except for some of the stuff I was doing earlier today to record stuff off of the MPC sample, pretty straightforward for resampling. There's like some sequencer gotchas that are a little annoying, but it's workable by and large. I like how quick you can like just go automate stuff. short track, it's not too hard to do. So they've done a pretty good job. Like in this stuff, there's a few things that I think are a little wild that you can automate. Having fun's good, man. What's up, Ollie Star and Big One Tower. I don't know if I like this crash or not. I could play forever. We'll leave it alone for now. What other sample digging we can do? I gotta do a better job organizing all this poly and palette stuff. Riser's kind of fun. Electricity's kind of nice. Just like some weird texture in the background. Let's go mess with it. Maybe there. I think it needs a resonant filter on it too. That was the wrong order. I don't know if I care for that or not, but it's there. Well, it's better staying up too late with a sample than a gambling addiction or something. I mean, I'm sure it can feel the same sometimes, but at least you're messing around putting something together, I guess. I don't know if I care for what I just did there. erase it. Irritating limitations. Most of them are, I think, I would say, like, there's a lot of them are acceptable limitations. The space where I get kind of irritated myself is it doesn't, like, the way it quantizes monophonic notes can very easily let them step on each other so that you can't play like a second note. So you'll play something, you'll hear it, and it sounds fine. If you turn quantize off, it's generally okay. If you're at the end of a bar and play a note that you want to play longer, like if I get this crash, if I play that at the very end, it gets cut off when you loop over, which is super annoying. Right now, exporting from the MPC sample to the bigger brother MPCs is possible, but it's pretty terrible to work with. It seems like they hard code for some reason a lot of the audio pathways and routing, so it makes it much harder to get effects in place on the other MPC. So I don't think anything like technically stops you from like getting work done or putting stuff together, but it does make it uncomfortable, or means that you have to like resample. So like at the start of the stream, I had loaded all the samples for a track into the SP404 Mark II, but to stem it out, like I had to just do like one pad at a time, and the way like the SP404 Mark II and the MPC sample were working, it was very cumbersome and not a fun process to get this stuff out. So I don't know. Yeah, I think you're right, man. Like I think folks that haven't worked in smaller trimmed down systems don't realize like it can really force you to do stuff or like think about problems differently, which I think is actually a really good thinking outside the box or trying to like understand how things work and why it works the way it does is like a big deal. I mean, if you got the SP404 Mark II sitting in a bin, I mean, mine was actually in the basement for like 3 or 4 months, like in my closet. I can't say anything, but it's kind of a shame. I have brought it back out, and I have it sitting beside the MPC XL, and been using it as an FX loop to get stuff done pretty quick. For just like putting in like effects or just like resampling some stuff really quick that I want to do something with. Because we only have a pair of ins and outs on the MPC sample, and on the SP404 Mark II you have to do like some weird stuff to set up an FX loop that you can resample. It's doable if a little cumbersome. I think this is a little too loud. And I do wish we had like some a little bit better monitoring. Like, I mean, this is okay, but it would be nice to have like a readout that would tell you what a pad was doing for audio like levels, so that you could work on a mix a bit better. I mean, the Dirty Wave M8 does it really well. The bigger brother MPCs, you've got your mixer now that you can go see all that stuff, so it makes it a lot easier, but I don't know. What am I doing here? So, I mean, I don't think the honeymoon phase is over. I spent a long time getting an SD card together for it. It's at least like a couple things it does pretty well. I mean, the 16 level, the chop, which is basically the same mod effects channel that's used on the MPCs, allows you to do 16 chops. I feel like that's not really quite enough. So I get why they're just keeping the same thing, because they don't have to reprogram anything, but it's starting, like 16 levels works really well for velocity, not so great for tuning. I do hope that they get if it goes 16 levels, if if you know like where the spacing is, or you can memorize like what it is for a major scale, for example, I can take this, maybe not that, maybe not that, I don't know, this, if I go 16 levels, I can't adjust where my root node is. So like on the bigger brother MPCs, I can set this anywhere from pad 1 to pad 16, so like that would be a nice enhancement, I think. But anyway, if I know that this is a C note, I can play this as C, and then it would be a whole note to, if I want to be in major, so it would be whole, 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 half. So I can play up this far, then it's going to be whole, what is it? Am I doing it wrong? C, whole, 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 half, whole, whole, half. Yeah. So like that's from C to C. So I can play, as long as I play those notes, I know I'm in major scale. And you can get like the same patterns for other things. Now, on the newer MPCs, I still think they actually need to fix this a little bit, but just assume that you know that what this note is. If I wanted to play like the same pads for that major scale, I can at least come in and detune it. So like I can go to semi and why is it not letting me? There we go. So if I wanted to make it like a C sharp scale, just pitch it up 1. I don't know what I had. Oh, I had it pitched all the way down, -24. So -24 would just be a C note down 2 octaves. But so I'm going to go C sharp up 1. Just go 23 instead. So now it's going to be the same pad. So it's going to be this pad. So whole, 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 half, whole, whole, half would be all the notes that are valid to play in that scale. It's fine. The newer MPCs do let you actually just have like 8 pads be the notes that you'd play. So it actually gives you like, you can play 2 octaves instead of this is really just getting me like 1 octave. And then if I go the other direction, if I go backwards, it'd be half and then whole. So I can still play a little bit lower, but the problem with this is I can't, because I can't adjust like the starting note, I can't, 2 things. Because I'm changing the semi to using semi to change this, if I have any other sequences going, as soon as I change this, I'm changing it across all the sequences. So I'm retuning everything for this one note, which will madden you if you're like, this doesn't sound the same. Why is it? And you're like, oh yeah, because I changed this. You could automate this, but that's a huge pain to go deal with automating and getting it to land right for playing the notes. So like the better way would be if you could then just, when you go into 16 levels, it just asks you, where do you want your main note to be? Because then you're just shifting where the pad is across this, if that makes sense. I don't know. But it at least allows you to just memorize like a couple things to know, to be able to play in like a major, minor, pentatonic, or whatever scale, because you just have to know how many notes you're skipping between, and you can at least play it that way. Beyond that, it's kind of like, if you want to start getting into like chords and stuff, like you just have to know, like, if you want to play a major chord, it would be, you know, first, second note. So you'd play these 2, and then you'd go second, third. So like if you always have like if you know that this is always going to be your root note, this would always be like basically like your major chord, your first chord in a major scale. And it doesn't matter what I set my semitune to, it should always sound fine as long as I'm keeping everything else in the same root note and scale. And because I can't move this note for where it is on the 16 levels, as I said, if I go change it, I'm retuning everything. So now if I go play this, in here, it's like playing completely differently. So I'd have to remember to go set the semitune back to get it to sound right. If you're looking to warp stuff, yeah, you can do like the time warping so that it'll play in the same tune against the sequence. It works fine. I did a video last week comparing the SP404 Mark II to the MPC Sample. For me, they're both pretty equivalent. The MPC Sample might sound like a tiny bit better, like if you listen to it, but the SP404 Mark II is quite competent at it. I think the MPC just has like more processing power and grunt to it, so you can get like a little bit less artifacts when you get like into the extremes. The real main difference though is the SP404 Mark II can only pitch up or down 1 octave, because what happens if you go outside of that is it basically then goes back to playing at the regular speed and doing the ratios again, and if that may not be what you want it to do. It's like if you have something that's playing at 80 BPM, it will stretch correctly up to or down to 40 or up to 160, but if you need to go to like 162, all of a sudden you're gonna be like, why is it changing the speed that it's playing at? The MPC Sample does not have that problem, so it'll let you go much further. Like if I take this and resample it, get out of here, go shift, and why am I losing my mind? Resample. I'll just dump it here. So we're going to resample this. If I got to do this right. I must be set up to like record off of inputs or something. Shift, no. Shift sample. So source is set to USB. We don't have anything plugged into USB. We're going to go source is resample. That will now allow us to record correctly. So we'll do that again. Shift resample to this pad. There we go. You can see all the lights going nutty. So when I got this set up, we want to go set warp mode to time stretch. And if I then come in, I can set it to like sequence. So it'll follow whatever speed the sequence is. So I come in and you can hear like it's now automatically playing faster, and we can just drop that in. And we can now, because we've separated if the pitch is playing differently, we can do all kinds of goofy things like, I could go like half speed. I should have changed. What did I do wrong? Let's go to tempo then. We'll go back to the sequence. But you can hear there's like a little bit of popping as I'm changing the tempo. We can go pretty nuts. When it goes up to 999, I'm not going to go that high. But like the SP404 Mark II would not do that. It would go back to playing the default speed once you got over double. And you can hear like, I mean, you get to these extreme amounts, you're just going to get a lot of artifacts. Which can be fun for an effect, or like as an effect, but it might not be what you're looking to do. But like you could take this and start getting goofy. We could chop type region 16. So you can get wild if you want to. Like we can just go make a new sample sequence here. What's I at 40? It's gonna be hard to play at 40 BPM, but whoops, I meant to be in chromatic there, or 16 levels. Undo. let's go the other way. What I'm going to do instead, because I want to actually have a valid tempo here, let's not do it this way. Let's go to like, I don't know. We'll say 80. I might be able to play to that. We're going to decouple the tuning from warp. Let's just pick a... I'm going to go the other way. Maybe it's not stretched as much as it was, but... Oh, you get crazy. And I didn't play that to the BPM, but... But you can get a little goofy. I forget if you can automate warp. I don't think it does. No. It would be fun, but not on my list of requests. Anyway, I don't know if that helps you for what you're looking for, but you can certainly do some of that stuff. So you need to find a bass. This a little too hard, but want like some distortion effect or something. Some of the fun ones that are like, you have like the 8 different effects that are the free effects on the MPC would be kind of cool to have. Going on, but the sample is only a sampler. It doesn't have any like synths or anything, so whatever you want, like it comes with some kits, like around 100 that are like all 16 pads, but it doesn't have any instruments per se by itself, so you'd have to load up some samples that you could then use 16 levels to play, or you could kind of spread those samples across the pads to make like your own chords or one-shot kind of things. Plenty of ways to do that, but yeah, you're gonna need to put in some time to build out your own stuff if you want. Now, because we don't have the ability to record pad muting, it means that you're, like, what I would do is, this is pretty much like the original SP404 Mark II style, I think, is I would probably build up something like this where I have like way too much going on and then make multiple copies of it and then pull out the elements that I want and delete them. Now the SP404 Mark II makes that easier with the later updates because you can actually, when you do a copy, tell it which pads you want to copy. I think you have to go through and do the work to erase everything, which is probably going to be kind of time consuming, but then you could erase stuff and then I guess program in different things. Or you're just going to have to move it to the bigger MPCs to work on it. I don't know. I can see people being in both camps though, where they're like, I love this thing, and also people like, I don't need it because I got plenty of other samplers. This is probably the second most portable one, with the Dirty Wave M8 being my absolute go-to. I do hope that this can pair with the Dirty Wave M8 a little bit better in the future. So maybe 1 or 2 updates we'll see some stuff working a little bit better, but it's not bad. I think it's got plenty to offer. It is different. So anyway, I think I'm going to end streaming here. I need to go take the dogs out and, I don't know, figure out what I want to do for the day. My daughter's out from school. I get the day off, so see if she wants to do lunch or something, or if she's dipped and left me here all alone. Well, with contractors who are doing work in the basement. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.